Hello, this is Timothy Perfect from Two Canoes Software, and I want to show you an exciting new feature for MDS 1.8, the ability to sync all your resources. So the idea is that you have a central IT that has defined some workflows as well as all the resources that they would like to publish, and then have techs, junior techs, or people in remote locations be able to open up MDS and synchronize all those settings down and all the resources and be able to create an identical thumb drive or disk image that has all the resources. And one of the kind of critical pieces to this is the ability to be able to edit those workflows as well, but also to keep the master. So I'll show you how we do that as well. So I have defined here a bunch of different workflows, and in here I've defined the macOS installer. Maybe I'll erase and install. It's got packages, can have scripts and profiles, all the different settings that are in there. So we want to be able to save all of these workflows as well as all the associated resources. So there's a new option under File, which is File, Save Master for Syncing, and it will save all of the active workflows into a disk image as well as all the resources. It'll collect them all up. So let me save this as Mac Master. I'll save it onto my desktop. So what it'll do is it'll create a disk image and it'll collect up all the resources. And one of the important things it does, it sees that if you've defined like the same Mac OS installer, it won't copy that multiple times. It'll only copy that one time and put the references back correctly to it. And that goes for packages, scripts, and everything else. So it's efficient in terms of not duplicating resources if they're pointed to by the same workflows, or multiple workflows pointing to the same resources. It won't make duplicate copies of them. So now that I'm saving this disk image, we'll wait for it to finish, and then I'll show you how to synchronize it. All right, all of the resources and workflows have been copied. So now I have a disk image that I can put onto a web server or onto a file share. What I'll show you here is I'll just show you how to synchronize it from my local disk, but this could be anywhere. So what I'll do is I'll highlight all these. Another feature we added in is the ability to delete multiple workflows at once. So I'll delete all those, and so now I don't really have any workflow settings. And so in Preferences, I have a new sync URL preference. And so what I'll put in here is the link to this Mac Master disk image that So I'll put this master sync URL here, and now when I go up to File, Sync Now, it'll mount that disk image, synchronize all those resources down to the application support folder, and create workflows that point to those resources. Okay, so now the resources have been synchronized down. You can see that it took a while to do it because there's some large files in there. But if I do it a second time, sync now, you can see it's almost instantaneous because it checks for any differences in there. So if the central office were to just update a workflow, doesn't change any of the resources, it'll be very fast. You also see that these are all marked as read-only, which means they're master. So if I go in and I were to try to change a setting, let's put a return and put in like Office, MS Office, and I try to save this, it'll say is read-only and can't be modified, please duplicate. So the way, if you wanted to modify this, you would just click on duplicate, and you can see it puts a new copy down here, and I'll change this to be modified, and now I can go into this modified one. I didn't actually need to save it, I can go right there and say MS Office 2019. And now I can actually save this one, and it has those as well. If I were to delete all these, it'll delete those, and then if I synchronize again, since the resources are local and it synchronizes them, they come immediately back. So now with this, I can do just like I did with any other workflows. I can save a disk image, I can save it to a volume, so I can serve it off a web server in my local location. I can save it to a thumb drive and create as many thumb drives as I want in a local location. I can also modify all the settings that's specific to the deployment environment, but not change the workflows at all. So that's the ability to synchronize resources and workflows to a remote master, as well as how to create a master. This is coming in MDS 1.8. There's a build up on Bitbucket for you to download and try out if you want to, and we're going to start putting it through testing and get it out as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel so you get notified of more of these videos. Follow me on Twitter, as well as join us in the Mac Admin Slack channel. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.